Hey, about to head home, change clothing, and call in tonight. I just want to say firsthand, sending out well wishes to James Hetfield of Metallica. It was announced today that he is entering rehab. As you know, he's been struggling with addiction issues for the past few years there. Metallica tweeted out, they did a 6-part tweet explaining everything out there, and I'm sure it's going to be the full sentence in their Facebook page as well, stating that Hetfield has been struggling with addiction, as I mentioned, for the past few years. I guess he kind of relapsed a little bit in the past, and now he's relapsed once again. So some shows in New Zealand and other areas have been postponed for the time being. Some canceled, I guess. And what's kind of ironic is that this announcement comes today on the 33rd marking of the death of Cliff Burton, their second bass player who died tragically in a tour bus accident in the middle of Sweden on this day in 1986. Now, I did a video earlier today before I came out to work. I wasn't able to upload it because of the fucking Wi-Fi up in this bitch, which sadly they still have yet to fix, and I don't think they want to fix because they're too busy being buttholes. But I explained the whole story about what happened on that fatal night. Excuse me. Apparently, Kirk Hammond and Burton were having a little scuffle about who should sleep in who in this particular tour bus. It basically was like a school bus, basically, where the seats were removed and bunks were put in its place, I guess, you know. Like sleeping bunks, I guess. They had a draw of the cards. Cliff gets the ace of spades. Said, I want that bunk right there. Kurt Hammond's like, okay, fine. I'll sleep on front there. I'll probably be better off. Tour bus is going, and next thing you know, boom, all of a sudden, bus flips over. Something happens. Burton is thrown out the open window onto the ground where the bus lands on him, killing him instantly. Now, this whole scenario is that also that it comes with it is that the driver who drove that bus claims that there was some black ice. Now, according to both James Hetfield and a couple of investigators in this whole thing, there was no black ice. The band, claiming that the driver was either fell asleep behind the wheel or was drunk. That was until later on another person driving a different, vehicle that was following them along with this trip confirmed that the driver of that bus had a nap prior to getting behind the wheel, so he was all ready to go. He was well rested before he started up the engine. And it's sad because, the world lost another endless talent. We lost multiple loads of talent throughout the years. We lost Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison. We lost Janis Joplin. We lost a talent like Dwayne Gottel of Skinny Puppy. He died in 95 from a drug overdose. He was like one of the main programmers of Skinny Puppy. He did a lot of effects, a lot of sounds for some of their songs back in the day. We lost John Bonham, one hell of a powerhouse drummer. If Zeppelin were to get back together, it just wouldn't really be the same because the drummer, he had the name Bonzo for a reason. Let's put it that way. And of course, now we also lose Cliff Burton, along with Ronnie James Dio, Lemmy Kilmister, you know. It's sad, really sad, you know. You know. Now, somebody might say, well, of course James Hetfield probably drank himself because he was remembering Cliff, because they were like brothers. So it's like, we don't know. I very much doubt that, you know. But, you know, I'll conclude this by saying, you know, two things. One, rest in peace, Cliff Burton. You are certainly not forgotten. You never will be forgotten. You always be remembered as one badass of a bass player. There are many stories that you would crank up, play that bass like it was a lead guitar. You know, if Lemmy Kilmister was still here, doing his, playing his bass like a rhythm guitar, and Cliff Burton was doing some bass lead solos, you know how awesome that would sound? You're missed, Cliff. Definitely, that's for sure. And also, get well wishes to James Hetfield. Hope you beat this issue once and for all, James, you know. Maybe you could contact Dave Mustaine, you know, learn how he overcome his addiction. He had many issues just like you did back in the day, you know. Okay. I'm off to home. I'm going to be calling in on Monetize This later on. It's been a while since I did. In the meantime, I'm Dr. Earl. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Leave some comments below. Hit that like button. Cliff them all, people.